Wrestling business, are you following any wrestling on TV these days? Are you watching it? Because we've given up on it ourselves.
You know what? The last week, truthfully, I haven't. I watched a little bit. I saw Sheamus in the ring with the Big Show, and they were talking about nothing useless because Vince McMahon does not have the fucking brains to keep a belt on the Big Show. If you want to be the 1980s, where Vince had this thing that I call the McMonster machine, where you had to be larger than life, the Andres, the Bundys, the studs. So people, Hogan had people to beat. When you had talented people like Tito Santana, Randy Savage, Greg Valentine, Don Morocco, who people like me paid to see. I watched the Intercontinental title matches because that was something. Because whoever Hogan faced, he was just going to mull over anyway, right. Even people like Dr. David Schultz. So the Big Show should always have the belt. He's 7'2". I don't care if he's 44. Don't care that he's 500 pounds. Don't care that he's slow and he's boring. He's a legitimate fucking giant, dickhead. Pay attention. Quit taking 2 steps backwards. That's why I want to be a writer for the WWE, so I could set the masses straight. People aren't stupid. WWE did such a great job by having CM Punk and Bryan Danielson as champions. Real athletes. They're not 7 feet tall. They're not green, and I don't mean green as in rookie. I mean they're not the color green. Hell, man, let's do the color purple, the color yellow. They're not sterling golden. It doesn't matter. These guys are the ones with the real talent. People like Tito Santana, who should have been the world champion in the 80s. People like Greg Valentine, who should have been the world champion in the 80s. People like Roddy Piper should have been champion in the 80s. They didn't because Vince McMahon was with this whole larger-than-life shit. So no, I didn't watch TNA or Raw.
You're saying two different things. You're saying that the Big Show should be the champion because he's larger than life. But then you're
talking reality, yeah.
Okay, so is your opinion that the Big Show should be the champion, or are you facetiously saying Big Show should be the champion because?
No, I'm saying he should have been the champion many, many times for many, many reasons. To see a thing like Triple H kick him in the stomach and give him the pedigree on SmackDown and take the old, round, circular, ugly WWE Attitude belt off him when he was wearing a T-shirt because they made him feel fat. He's a giant. He's allowed to be fat. I'm a huge Paul White supporter. I got to be in the ring with him, not as his opponent, just in the ring with him. I was fortunate enough to do that. And
tell that story.
The guy's a fucking monster. There's nothing to say. He couldn't do anything because he had to keep his head down because the ceiling was like 2 inches from his head. He just stood there. It was nice to have him in the ring. It was cool. I was honored. The other guys, a guy by the name of Teddy Rack, I don't know if he's still wrestling.
No, I don't think so. He's around, though.
I don't know.
He's on my Facebook.
I hope he's doing well. I wish him nothing but the best. I'd just like to finish off, if I could, Mr. Jordan, Mr. Thomas, if I could finish off an old 14-year promo. I've been dying to be on air to finish this off so I could finally say it. It's against Jason Rain. Okay. It's 14 years old.
Okay.
I want to finish this because I'm Johnny Armani and I get the last word.
The floor
Jason
is yours.
Rain, you call yourself modern technology or what was his gimmick? Something about
I think at this point it's just Jason.
State of the art.
State of the art.
Yeah, he's not.
Jason Rain, state of the art. I've seen your technology. It's old. It's dated. It's worn out. Just do like everybody else. Hit backspace, escape, delete, or backspace, delete, escape. Go about your business, man. Nobody needs to see you.
He's not a bad guy actually these days, man. He's pretty cool dude.
Yeah, that's why he cheated on. That's why he took Terry Allen's wife away from him. But we're not going to talk about one of the men.
Wait. Yes, you can't say that.
I love Terry Allen, man. I love TA, man. That's my boy. You know,
who stole his wife now?
Jason Rain stole Terry Allen's wife.
Now hold on. We first have to say this is simply speculation.
No, I've been to Terry Allen's house and I met her, and then she ends up with Jason Rain. I don't know, man. You go to a guy's house, he's wearing a wedding ring, he's got a wife and a son named Moss, and the next thing you know, Jason Rain's banging the broad. I mean,
fair enough, right? Hey. I guess you put 2 and 2 together. It turns out
that's what I see with my two baby blue eyes. So, opinions are like assholes, man. Everybody's got one, and mine stinks too. So
now I know you had an opinion about Jerry Lawler winning the belt recently. That he obviously had a heart attack. Do you think he
because I have played basketball with Jerry the King Lawler, who doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't do drugs.
Right.
I'm very fortunate in my life to say that Jerry Lawler is a friend. I don't have him on Facebook. I don't call him 7 days a week. I do get to hang out with him when he comes to Chicago. I am blessed. He does not drink.
What do you guys do?
I basically say, "Hi, Jerry, how you doing?" I shake his hand. I give him a hug. I kissed him on the cheek once. He did not like that at all. Informed me that I should never do that again. And I said, "Yes, sir."
Did he taste like tanning lotion?
No, he tasted. Believe it or not, when I kissed his cheek, he tasted like Aqua Velva.
Whoa.
By Manon. There's a free sponsor.
But you had an opinion on him winning the title, though? I want to hear this.
What title?
The WWE title, which he's never won. No, it's.
I got you.
This is the whole story about WWE going 2 steps back. Every time they do something right, they go back a step because
he had a heart attack.
This is prior to the heart attack.
So you said you would love to be on the WWE writing team.
I would love to because I could do things
So what I'd
right.
like you to do is pitch the idea to us as if we were Vince McMahon and Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah.
Pitch the idea.
No, I can't because I hate that broad.
Okay,
Whatever.
I'll be Gerald Briscoe then.
Yeah,
and he'll be
Pat
Vince
Patterson.
It's not even like that. I can't even begin to do that because
I'm just trying to set you up here to tell us the story of what you think should have happened with Jerry Lawler.
There's too many ideas I've had in my head that WWE has gone ahead and did, and they left me out of it, and it was my idea.
Which is like the biggest one they left. I mean, if they've already made their money. Which
first of all, when Kane comes down, the old Kane, the one with the mask, like he is now.
Yeah.
Okay, this is pre-world champion. This is about the time he had been WWE champion for 24 hours.
Right. We wanted on Raw.
Vince had the medallion belt, and he ended up putting the winged eagle on.
2 months into being Kane. Right?
Yeah. Okay. My idea was that he comes over. I'm at the Rosemont Horizon. I'm sitting there with a beer in my hand because Johnny Armani loves to drink. And Kane comes down, grabs me, throws me over the guardrail, throws me into the stairs, throws me into the ring, gives me a choke slam. I'll take the $300. I don't look like a pro wrestler. I'm 6'4". I'm 184 pounds.
What?
I could use the payday. Guess what? He does that with what they call a fan plant who got $300. My $300. My spot on TV.
Who got it?
I couldn't tell you, just a fan plant. Somebody who's in the business, some fat gelatinous pig from some southern state. Got my fucking payday,
Did you pitch this idea to anywhere, or did you just thought of it?
No, I thought of it, and I talked about it a lot, because you know me, Mr. Jordan. I got a big mouth. Anybody who's willing to listen to me, I will talk to till I can't talk no more.
That's why you're sitting here.
That's why I'm honored and privileged to be here. All right, so let's get back to the King hand. Let's get back to the Jerry the King Lawler idea.
Actually, I want to still... You said there were multiple things that you thought of.
Yeah, Santino Marella, the Milan Miracle, beating Umaga for title.
Right.
I wrote that storyline. I never pitched it to Vince because Vince doesn't care about me. Like his ugly son Shane said to me, Walmart, $2.99, 10 in a can, right? That's a good look for you. Okay. And then walked away.
Shane said that to you?
Shane McMahon said it to me at the Rosemont Horizon
No shit.
at the Westgate. And Tommy, the head of security from the Westgate, was standing right next to him with 2 Rosemont cops. And they're looking at each other, they're laughing their ass off. And man, I look more orange than Oompa Loompa. Go to my Facebook page. You will see a picture of me that is so orange, I make pumpkins nervous.
So Shane McMahon shit on you at WWE.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
What a dick.
Hey, wait, I'll tell you a great story, though, about WWE. I'm fortunate enough to have given the Bushwhackers a ride. Oop.
That's a shot.
Oh, okay.
You're shooting, buddy.
I gave the Bushwhackers a drive home. I gave King Kong Bundy a drive home. I gave Val Venus a drive home. I got high with the Godfather, Charles Wright, who bought me a case of Budweiser beer. I hate Budweiser beer, but it was free. And I'm not talking, I'm talking about like the kind that you get at the grocery store where you have to open up the cardboard box and pull out 4 6 or 4 8-packs of beer.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, here you go, man. Thanks for riding back to the hotel. Because he was supposed to be on the 2000 Backlash pay-per-view. Him, Boss Man, Val Venus got sent home. And so the Big Show that night, too, as a matter of fact. And
they did.
And I'm a huge fan of it. And Charles was pissed. The Godfather was in the parking lot. He was coming out of Westgate. He was bitching, moaning, pissing, whining. And I said, Charles, what's the matter? And he goes, baby, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm here to see a show. And I was a guest of John Spahns. And I had my girlfriend, Jenny. I was working for a guy by the name of Brian Zenner at the time who had a company called MWCW, Midwest Championship Wrestling. And he had some great talent on that show. I believe there was a guy named Vito Tomaselli who worked for that organization.
That is the rumor.
Yep. That is the rumor. I can't verify that because I only have some pictures of some guy with some black and orange trunks and tights, really good-looking, tan, sexy.
Man, years ago,
back when we didn't have beards because we couldn't grow facial hair.
Shit. Yes,
Back when we both had blonde hair.
Some of that stuff is available on youtube.com/Vito Tomaselli. All one word. You can find it.
See,
right
I'm
now.
so talented, I could lead him into a plug.
I hear
That's
that.
talent, Mr. Jordan.
Yeah, no doubt, man. So the Santino Morello thing, you wrote that.
That was me. I wrote that, but I never pitched it.
So, in short answer, how did they find out? How they
They
take
did.
it?
They never did. They never did. These are all things that I have to. I'm like, man, I got a great way to win the Intercontinental title. See, I got a storyline that has never been done, that should be done, should star me because, well, I'm an arrogant, self-centered.
Give us your perfect angle. What's your
perfect angle?
What's
Right,
your
what would you? Yeah.
Are we ever going to get to the Lawler angle?
Yes, we got lots of time,
You
buddy.
promised me, Mr. Jordan.
Yes,
we will
absolutely.
get to the Lawler
I'm a
angle.
professional broadcaster. I
know
will get
you are.
back on track. I promise.
Hey,
And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, America. See, I can't say nation because Stephen Colbert will sue me again. A little Jewish fucking Canadian bastard.
again.
I can't say
Let me
nation.
write that down. Stephen Colbert. We'll get to that.
By the way, his name is Stephen Colbert, and it's the Colbert Report, not the Colbert Report. But
Second best show on television.
yeah, that's why I'm a big fan of Steve Carell, because all three of us are graduates of Second City School of Cinematic Arts and Entertainment Sciences in Piper's Alley in Chicago.
So here's
But
the deal.
Stephen
Hey,
Colbert, the Canadian
on.
Jew,
Hold on.
and sorry to all you Jew people out there who just got offended, but you don't have to pay for this radio show; it's free. So
What's your road to WrestleMania?
my road to WrestleMania.
From Royal Rumble to Mania. From let's say you started right now.
No.
You're a surprise call at Rumble and you're going over.
No, nothing like that, brother. What I see in my head, you will never pay for tickets to ride this amusement park I call a mine. So don't even start to think that you could go where I have been.
Hey, I'm just teeing you
that's
up.
a dead end, baby. That's a dead end. But I love you, your family.
Yeah, I know. I love it.
Man, I might have to come over here like once every 4 months and bring a couple cases of beer. I might have to just do that.
You could do that.
So you're writing yourself into WWE.
So yeah, here's my story. Thank you, Mr. Jordan, for the lead-in, because you know me, I'm drunk, I forget where I'm going. Well,
That's
I'm
my
never
job.
sober.
I'm the herder.
Cheers to you, gentlemen.
I'm hurting you.
Vito, hit that beer. Come on, man.
I'm cool, man.
You're going to bed on me.
You're back to the dark side,
Yeah,
homie.
man. I'm just chilling. I'm.
Oh, that's right.
Like,
That's right. I'm sorry. I was in the lobby. I was in your green room. I was eating the shrimps and lobster tails in the green
Yes.
room when you got. I could hear it over the PA system, but
Yeah.
you know me. I drink and I can't mix alcohol and weed. Otherwise, I puke myself silly and I'm too pretty to look stupid. So I stick
point.
with one or the other.
Perfect point. So, as we've established,
Again, the lead-in.
you have a way to write yourself into the WWE story.
Because I'm brilliant.
Yes.
All right.
And we
so
would
here's
love
the-
to hear it.
Here's the storyline. It's Monday Night Raw, and but this is the old days. It's not anything current. This
Right.
is old. Like I
Write
told
it
you.
into wherever you want to go.
So we're going
Well,
back
give
to
us the
we're,
date,
we're,
yeah.
we're going back to the Rock, Austin era.
Okay.
That's when I wrote this.
Write yourself
like
into
I
that.
said.
Okay.
So I'm at the Rosemont Rise. I paid for my ticket. Got a beer in my hand because, at the time I'm 21. I'm 34 now. I'm an old fucker, but it's time, 21. And Rock's in the ring, and he says, I will defend the WWF title against anybody. I don't care if it's you, you fat, ugly whore. I don't care if it's you, you gelatinous pig. I don't care if it's you, old man. Blah, blah, blah. The camera picks me. Of all people.
Of all people.
Because remember
There's
how...
18,000
Unbelievable.
Do you
there's
remember...
18,000 people there.
Right.
Do you remember when Jimmy Hart picked John Tenta to sit on the Ultimate Warrior's back for the push-up contest?
Yes.
Okay, and he became the Canadian Earthquake. Then they got rid of the Canadian thing, and he was just the Earthquake?
Correct.
All right, so, wow, they picked me. 6'4". I look like I'm 110 pounds soaking wet. And so he picks me, and I go in the ring, and, of course, you can tell through my dress pants that I have knee pads on underneath.
Okay. Right.
Of course, because I'm not stupid. And The Rock just beats the hell out of me for the better part of 2-3 minutes. I mean, I don't get anything. There is
course.
nothing. It's a shit can.
I mean, this is The Rock at his prime,
this is Rocket's prime.
1997.
I'm talking about hair he has. He actually was able to grow hair at the time.
Right.
It was before he got the bitch tits when the steroids failed.
Okay.
He only has the one tattoo. He's still doing, if you can smell. What town are we in? Anyway.
Right.
So, he's just
beating you up.
Yeah, he's just kicking my ass. And somehow my buddy, the referee, Jack Doan from Danville, Illinois, and shout out to the Danville crew. Shout out to the Jack Doan family. Love you guys. Thanks for always being there for me. You guys are awesome. Jack, I love you. Anyway, so The Rock does his spiel, gives me the rock bottom, hits me with the people's elbow. Somehow Jack goes down, and you hear, din-it.
Right.
Here comes Stone Cold Steve Austin. He goes in the ring, gives The Rock the double finger, kicks him in the stomach, drops him that stack of dimes that he calls the neck, that silly bastard, or Stone Cold would say, and that's, I'm going to kick you in the stomach, drop you on that stack of dimes. That's a cold neck, you silly bastard. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold done said so. Oh, hell yeah. And he takes my dead, lifeless body and pulls me over on top of